Hello and a warm welcome to the Ghetto podcast, where we get to talk about real issues, those stories that are affecting a lot of people in our community, and to provide solutions that can help us all to grow and improve our nation as well. So I'm your host today, as Sakala Jnr, Luda by tribe, but as you can see, I'm not alone in the studio. So how are you?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Great.
Yeah. So a lot of people are watching and they are wondering like, why is this person featured on this show? Like, who is this person? Like, they want to know. So like,
Okay.
tell us who you are.
Okay, so basically, my name is Edwin Sakala Jnr. I'm also known as Sweet Sakala, also known as your favorite uncle. Yeah, there are lots that obviously you know, I'm also known as otherwise, others they even call me youth pastor. Otherwise, I'm a youth pastor somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah. So that's it, and I'm honored to be on this podcast. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Sure. So, um, we are going to have this discussion. Like, it's good. It's very powerful.
Okay.
It's because we want to know a lot from what you do, especially, so that a lot of young people can pick one or two things that can help them to change. So the theme of this podcast is youth advocacy in the community. Yes. So you introduce yourself very well, and I admire. you know, yeah, just have one name more than one. Yeah, but so who is Edwin? Like, what do you do?
Okay. Yeah. So I basically belong to a youth-led organization. Yeah, it's called Youths Action Zambia. Yeah. So Youth Action Zambia is a community-based organization. Yeah, which works in four thematic areas. But looking at what we are discussing today, I'll just pick one, which is advocacy in good governance, where I belong. So I'm a director at Youth Action Zambia, director for advocacy for good governance. Yeah. So that's it. Advocacy for good governance.
You're okay. So like you describe yourself as a person from Matero.
Yeah, from my
Yeah, an advocate for good governance.
Exactly.
So like, what inspired that journey?
Okay, so what inspired the journey of joining the advocacy team or campaign is leaders who we are being led by. Obviously, we learn from these people that are doing the most, and at one point we also feel like at that particular time when these guys they are no longer in those offices, definitely to be us. So for me to be there or for me to understand one or two things, I need to draw myself closer to the system. Yeah. So that's it now. That is what inspired me to join the advocacy campaign or the advocacy team. Yes. Just to learn the system and to learn and understand the system, to learn about leadership obviously, and to understand the system, how how things work, especially where community leadership is concerned. You have to learn from people who are already there. Yeah. So basically, that is what inspired me to join the advocacy campaign.
Yeah, I believe learning never ends.
Learning never
Learn
ends. Every day, every time we learn.
yeah.
I think I've come across a human being or a youth who said sometimes you might not have a bigger role especially in film. You might be invited to maybe just help out with holding the boom mic or just the camera, and then they don't have someone to pass through the camera. Then the way you just walk from that camera, it can give you a bigger role. Say, no, I love the way you walk. Let's try this person. So learning never stops.
Yeah, at the
Learning
end of the
never
day, you
ends.
have found an opportunity to go on a bigger platform.
Exactly. And at the point where we are, everyone is just learning. Everyone, even those people that we see like the already made, they are learning. They're still there. There are a lot of things definitely that obviously one will still learn, even if they might seem to be comfortable where they are. There is something that they are learning.
Because guys, there is a saying that they say, keep learning until the air is silent and
Yes.
you start
earning. But what I'm saying is that even if you can be earning, there are some certain things that you'll be learning still.
Exactly. Yeah.
Learning never ends.
Learning never ends.
Learning never ends.
Yeah.
It's a continuous process.
Even you today have learned a lot of stuffs. Learned a lot of stuffs.
So I've learned about the Ghetto Corner podcast from the gentleman that we had a very good conversation. Yeah, and it was progressive. It was.
And that's our president. Like, that's our president.
Yeah,
That's our president.
No, that was good.
Yes.
We had a very good, progressive, productive conversation with the president.
So, like, what does good governance mean to young communities like Matero, Kanyama, those unplanned settlements? Like, what does good governance mean to those communities?
Okay, so good governance, in simple terms, it's a government which is legitimate. Yeah. So what I mean is that it's a government or a governance that implements uh, the ideas, the decisions, and sometimes not implement. Yeah, but they are all done in good faith to benefit the community at the end of the day. Yes. So that is just the simple term I can explain. Yeah.
So, like, most of the times we see people with suits, old people, like, doing the governance thing. So, like, why is youth participation is important in good governance?
So it is important because just like I said earlier, there will be a time when these old folks who are in these offices, there will be no more. Sometimes it can be death. Sometimes it will be just the qualification. They are no longer able to do some certain activities that concerns the community. So basically, it will require a young person who is me now to take up that responsibility. So it is important because it is preparing ourselves as young people to lead. Yeah. So that is one thing. Yeah, it is important. Youth participation in governance is important because it prepares young people to take up the mantle and to change the things that we are seeing that are not right as of today. There are some certain things that we are able to say, no, I think I don't like I don't like Maraiti Commonwealth Road, Mayaka. So when you become a leader, you have to learn, you have to learn and understand the system. Then you take up that responsibility yourself because at one point or the other, you are a leader in your life.
Yeah.
So,
That's why they say that youths are the leaders of tomorrow.
but the narrative changed. Youths are the leaders of today. Tomorrow never comes. Yeah. So if tomorrow never comes, what are you doing today? So we are the leaders of today. Yeah. So there are some certain things that we see that are not right, and we don't have the power to change them as of today. But what we will be doing then when we become the leaders. So for me to know, I need to understand. Yes. So that is one important aspect. Why young people really need to participate in decision making and in governance because in as much as we might hate politics one way or the other, it holds the power to make decisions.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because I believe everything that we do is politics.
Politics.
Everything that we do is politics.
Even in the house.
Yeah, it's politics.
The father works and manuka kuleni unga na breakfast. But in that man what chose breakfast. For you to manage that money that you've been given. Obviously, nothing can be. So immediately we just disagree. Politics is playing its role now. Yeah, so that's the way it is. So politics are everywhere. Even in class, politics in school, there is politics everywhere. So you cannot run away from politics.
Yeah.
So it is important that young people we can take up the responsibility of understanding how politics works, how we can be the change that we desire. Yes.
So, like, if I heard you correctly, when you were giving us your preamble presentation,
Yes.
you said you belong to an organization called Youth Action Zambia.
Yes.
So, like, how does Youth Action Zambia help young people?
So Youth Action Zambia helps young people in a lot of ways. Yeah. I had said only advocates for good governance. but there are other three. So in total, there are four. So Youth Action Zambia is a community.
So like can you mention the four aspects of
Yes, yes.
yeah.
So it's a community-based organization which works in all thematic areas. So there is talent and skills identification, where young people who have talent, yeah, so they are identified. We have people, we have specialists who can identify that, oh, this person, he's able to do this and this and that. Then those people, they take you now to a place or to people who are good in those areas to help you,
Like
to bake you now, so that they can give you a platform to start earning from learning.
yeah.
From learning now, you start earning from your skills, yes, and your talent.
Yeah.
So number three is sexual productive health and rights, where young people were trained with the relevant information concerning sexual productive health and rights. So they were taught, yeah, so they were trained, and what they are doing now is they go in schools and in churches to help fellow young people understand sexual productive health and rights. Then we also have now advocates for good governance, where now young people are being vested with information that that will help you understand the systems, how governance works, and in politics somehow. Yeah,
Yeah,
just like I said, you cannot run away from politics. So that's it. Those are the four thematic areas. Yeah. So in these four things, four thematic areas, we help young people of different, because I believe we can look at one thing, the two of us, and we will see something different. So it cannot be obvious that everyone will fall in the aspect or in the idea of being an advocate for good governance.
yeah,
Others, they would say, no, me, I think I'm an actor. Me, I'm a musician. Me, I'm a photographer. So you are given that privilege to say, no, I think the organization has, not I think, but the organization has people who are already there, or maybe who've achieved some certain things in some certain areas. So when they see that, no, this person is good in this and that, that's now when they bring you, they bring you closer, then they give you the platform to start earning.
Lady. Yeah, so like they say young people need to be speaking up, young people need to be so like why is it important for young people to speak up and get involved in community issues?
So one one important thing why you need to speak up, because you are the youth. You are more powerful than the leaders who are powerful. You have
What's the sense of influence?
you have influence. Uh, you have the strength, and you have a long lifespan compared to the old folks who are holding these offices. Yeah, so that is one important thing that young people need to understand. You need to speak up, because the things that you are seeing now, that you are failing to speak as of today as a young person, they will affect you tomorrow. So if you begin the process of changing the things that you don't like today, tomorrow it will put you at a place where it will be good for you. Yes.
Yeah. So like each country, each nation usually faces a lot of challenges, especially to us young people. So like what are challenges young people are facing in Zambia today, like right now?
So one of the major aspect or challenge is lack of unemployment. So young people are unemployed. So lack of employment, it has led a lot of, or the majority of young people to be junkies,
Yeah,
to be violent, to be drug addicts, and to be thieves.
article criminals.
Yes. So those are some of the things that as young people we are facing, the challenges that we are facing today, as especially us who are coming from slum dwelling compounds like George compound, like Kanyama. Yes, so we are facing these challenges of lack of employment. Yeah, maybe for now that's it.
I guess it's also contributing to the number of increase in teenage pregnancies,
Yeah.
early marriages. Because
But
that's
but as an organization, Youth Action Zambia, at least we are trying by all means to avoid. At least we are teaching one or two youths um, to change. Yeah, and when you teach one or two youths, obviously they'll share the information with others. Sometimes uh, change is gradual. It cannot happen rapid. No, it's gradual. Then when you can start by bottle. You reduce bottle by bottle. That's how change is. But you also have to understand that the change is open-handed. People do change from good to bad and from bad to good. Yeah. So we have to understand that. But see, all in all, change is gradual. Yes.
so like you talk of change. And I believe change is one of the aspects, or let me say, it's one of the areas that young people need to work on. So like, what can you start doing to create a positive change, especially in the community that we are living in? And there was the life that we live today.
So we need to draw ourselves closer to platforms that obviously we see that they can develop us. Just like I said, there are young people who desire to be counselors. There are young people who desire to be presidents. But what are they doing now? They are shunning away from politics. They are shunning away from civic engagement. So what we need to do is we need to be available. But the challenge with availability of young people to these platforms, we want to start benefiting now.
We don't want to follow the
And then
process.
the benefit that we want, it's uh it's in monetary form. If it's not money, then I'm not present. That's the way it has been. That is the major challenge. But we need to understand as young people, we need to understand that it's a process. It's a process of me to start earning. It's a process. There is learning.
Yeah, yeah, there's learning.
After learning, that's where now earning
Learning
comes
comes
in.
in.
But that is one thing that we don't understand as young people. So we need to work hard in hand in hand, you and us, obviously, that we can change the narrative to say that we can at least change one or two youths to understand, especially those with influence. Let's teach them. Let's make them understand it's a process. Eventually, you will start earning. But for now, let's be available. Let's be available and change the narrative. It is possible. That is one thing that we need to tell ourselves. We are capable and it is possible.
I'm sure a lot of young people who are watching this are faked. You are faked. So like, I think we're coming to the end of our today's show. So like, what message? I want this point where you look into the camera because you're not doing it direct. You get. So like, what message do you have for young people who feel ignored or and helpless?
Okay, so to you, the fellow young people who are watching there, one thing that you need to understand is that you are okay. The challenges that you are facing today, there is nothing that is permanent. The challenges that you are facing today, change is coming tomorrow. You are capable. Draw yourself to the platforms that will present growth to you, but understand that you are capable. That's just one thing I can tell you. You are capable and it is possible. Once you are dedicated to learn, once you are dedicated to change, it is possible. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think you're faked. You are capable. You are guys. Let's just believe in ourselves. Like, in as much as we are passing through a lot of challenges, there is always a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes,
The
yes.
tunnel. So, like, I think we are coming to an end of our today's show.
Mm.
We had a very, very interesting conversation with Mr. Sweet Sakala. Yeah, some of your hosts, like Sakala to say, Lunda young